Hi everyone, how's it going? Welcome in the next episode of Rolling with Sean Lewis. I hope you hit subscribe and I hope you share this with your friends and following. Don't forget to check out Sean Lewis MotivationalSpeaker.com. Don't forget to check out Sean Lewis Motivational Speaker on Facebook. Don't forget to check out the Rolling with Sean Lewis podcast. Um, don't forget to check me out on LinkedIn or Instagram or all the socials on there. So give me a like. But anyway, thanks for tuning in to today's episode. Today I want to talk to you about expectations. And what I mean by that is sometimes when you have a disability, the bar is automatically lowered. The expectation of you is automatically lowered in terms of what is believed you can achieve. But I wanna tell you, I don't think you should let your disability limit you or define your expectations. When I was a kid, I was just like any other kid. My mom let me dream and talk about the goals and talk about things I wanted to achieve when I grew up. She let me dream just like any other kid. She knew that as I got older, that I would find out where my strengths were, and I would find out what my limitation might be. But she never discouraged me because she always said that by the time I got to that point, she didn't know what would be available to me or what part of what I talked about that I wanted to do might I be able to take part in. So I just always had a positive attitude, love to be out there trying new things, have dreams and goals, have stuff I wanted to try and do as I grew up, just like any other kid. But when I was younger in school, I went to what's called an orthopedically impaired classroom. And, all the kids in there had disabilities, and they had mobility aids, and sometimes they had to be taught differently. But growing up, I always knew a lot of kids. I was friends with a lot of the kids I knew from my orthopedically important classroom, but I also knew a lot of the other student body. So as I went into middle school, I was I still went to my orthopedically impaired classroom for homeroom, but I was mainstream into all regular classes with a regular student population. And we just made adjustments for whatever I might need for those regular classes. Someone to go with me to get my textbooks out, someone to take notes for me, someone to help me with my restroom needs and stuff like that. And when it came to taking tests, I took all my tests orally which means I told them what to write down, and they wrote it down. But when I was in my orthopedically impaired classroom, I would always talk about with my teacher that was in there what I wanted to do, what I wanted to be when I grew up. And she was a good teacher in most ways, but her expectations for people with disabilities were low, were really low. She was more focused on what we look like, making sure we didn't drool, making sure we sit up straight, making sure we didn't cause a scene or make the other students feel uncomfortable in any way. And this would have been in the late 80s, early 90s, and I know there's some great educators out there. And like I said, this was a long time ago. I applaud all the educators that are out there because I know that their job is hard. But this teacher didn't want us to, what she said, get our hopes up. And so, all the students in the orthopedically impaired classroom, they typically ate together in one area of the cafeteria at one table. But because I was mainstream in all regular classes, like I said, I knew students from all over the school. And after I finished eating, I wanted to go hang out with my other friends I knew from my other classes. And this became a rub between me and that teacher because I would always want to go hang out with other students I knew as well, and she would always want us to stay together. And also when I would share my dreams and goals with my friends in the orthopedically impaired classroom, she informed me that I was living in a pipe dream and I was not living in reality. And this was very different to how I was raised because I was raised by my mom to believe I could do anything I wanted to do. For the most part, I just might have to do it a different way. And so, but there was one teacher aide that was in our orthopedically impaired classroom that believed like me, and she brought in a pilot that had a disability, just so we could see the possibilities. While my teacher agreed for this to happen, she was not in support of it at all because she believed that it was feeding into a pipe dream for a lot of people that they would never be able to achieve. So what I would say to you is, if you're a parent, if you're an educator out there, allow your child, allow your student to dream dreams and have visions for their life, and allow them to explore what they can do. When I got in 8th grade, we had that one teacher retired, And then we had an awesome teacher that was totally different and very supportive. When I was getting ready to go into high school, typically all the students with disabilities were bused into one area, regardless of where you live, because they had the aides, they had the special departments and everything. But I wanted to go to the school that was in my home district, where all the rest of my friends that I had went to school with my entire life were gonna go. So me and my mom, we challenged the school board, and luckily, Mr. Medrick, my 8th grade teacher, went to bat for me and spoke to East Central. They were on board with me coming. So in the end, the school board agreed that, knowing my story, knowing my situation, that I would benefit and that I would flourish with going to East Central. Not every student journey is going to be the same, but I did not want to go to the other school just because that's where you were supposed to go if you had a disability. I wanted to go to the school that was in my neighborhood that I wouldn't gone to had I not had a disability. And I was when I when I got ready for my freshman year at East Central High School, I wanted to join the weightlifting class. I called up the weightlifting coach Robert. Shout out to Coach Robert if you're watching this. Thanks for all your support over the years. And he said they had never had someone with a disability join their class, but if I wanted to try it, I could try it. And I excelled. I love working out so much. I joined the gym outside of school, and I was able to graduate in the home school that I wanted to go to with a 4.0 GPA. And then I was able to go to the Tulsa Community College, where I got my degree in human services and applied sciences, where I now use it in my motivational speaking and my advocacy work. And the only differences in my education were I got when I got to college, they had a disability department. Shout out TCC disability department, and Yolanda Williams, who is no longer there because she retired. But I was able to record my lectures, get special notes, taking papers so someone could take notes for me. My textbooks were either read to me by my mom or I got them on tape. I took all my tests orally, just like I explained. I told someone what to write, and they wrote it down exactly how I said it. When it came to writing on paper, I had to do that from memory. But I did. But all my life, I've just always just had a big vision, a big dream for myself, and always look for ways to find another way, and don't always accept the limitations that society or other people put on you, and don't don't limit yourself. I'm very lucky. I am who I am because of number one, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I am who I am because of the way my mom raised me and my mom's support, but also the many, many friends I've made along the way. So, what I want to tell you is don't let your challenges define who you are, what you're about, or whether you're going to accomplish your goals or dreams or not. Because I believe all things are possible to those who believe. The Bible says that. And I also believe that you can do anything you want to do. You might just have to find another way to do it. I've been Sean Lewis. God bless you. Thanks for watching. If this has blessed you, please share it with your friends and family. And if you're listening to this on a podcast, please leave me a review and please share this podcast episode. God bless.